Right. So the first question you asked me to do is number 3. So number 3, it's asking what is the machine that used to record the activities of the brain. So like if you are thinking about activities of the brain, it is electroencephalography, right? So the correct answer is going to be the third one. This one is going to be the correct answer. Electrocardiogram machine, that is for examining the heartbeat, so it's not the answer. Computerized axial tomography, it's helping us to take 3D images or like images of our organs, so it is not regarding the brain. And again, magnetic resonance imaging, like MRI, it will help us to take the pictures of the brain, but the brain activities will not be able to monitor by that. So the correct answer is going to be the third one for the number 3. And the fourth question, what is the machine created by the Charles Babbage by using the concept of input, process, output, and store? So what he has done the analytical engine. So that analytical engine is the one which introduced the concept of input, processing, and output, right? So fourth one is going to be the answer, not the adding machine, not the automatic sequence controller calculator, as well as not the mechanical loom, right? So fourth one is going to be the answer. And then you have asked the fifth one, what is the example for the free and open source operating system? So free and open source operating system. So I have given this to you because like we have done the software, what you call the categorization that we are doing the second lesson. So in there we talk about these licensed softwares and free and open source softwares, right? So Macintosh, it is given by the Apple Corporation, so it is not free and open source. Fedora operating system is the one that you are going to get as the correct answer, because MS Windows, XP and MS Windows Server, both are given by the Microsoft Corporation, so we have to pay and take those things, right? So the free and open source one is going to be the Fedora. So if you think about the open source operating systems, Fedora, Linux, Unix, right, and Android, right? Those things can be considered as the operating systems which are free and open source, right? So, and at the other hand, Macintosh, iOS, Microsoft versions, everything considered to be the paid versions or like the licensed softwares. Okay, so next you have given me the 7th to discuss. So the 7th is going to be what is an information maintained by an operating system regarding a file. Okay, I think I told you to omit 7 and 8, I guess. Didn't I? 7 and 8, it is from the operating system lesson. So like you don't need to try the 7 and 8 because it is not done so far, right? So just omit the 7 and 8, right? So you can take the marks. Was it 6 and 7? Okay, Samishi, hold on. Yes, 6 and 7. Yes, 6 and 7. Right, so you don't need to bother about the 6th or the 7th, right? And the 8th, I'm going to discuss. So in the 8th question, let me see the 8th question. There you go. So the 8th question, it is discussing the decimal equivalent of this particular one. So when you are finding the decimal equivalent to this, what you're going to do, this is a binary number. So you have to write what? The place values of each and every symbol that we are using. So the place values are going to be 1, 2, 4, 8. For this it is 16. For this it is 32. And for this it is 64. Right? So since it is the binary number, we can do a small trick, right? So we don't need to multiply each and every place value from a symbol value. We can just simply add 64 because it has a 1 And we can add 64 with 4 because the place value 4 as a 1 and with 1. Right, since it is representing a 1 again in the binary number. So 64 plus 4 is 68, 68 plus 1 is 69, right? So the correct answer is going to be 69. People, are we clear with that?
Yes, sir.
Right, great. Okay, so after the 9th, you have asked me to do the 14th. No, after the 8th, it's a 9th. So it is either which of the following does not include for the BCD coding system. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the BCD coding system means they are to represent the value from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, and 7, 8, and 9. BCD is there to represent those values in binary. So when you are representing those in binary, you use 4 bits. So 0 is represented as 4 zeros. 1 is represented as 3 zeros and 1. 2 is represented as 0, 0, 1, 0. Likewise, right? 3 is represented as 0, 0, 1, 1. 4 is represented as 0, 1, 0, 0. Right? So the simple way that you can determine this, right? Look into the place values 1, 2, 4, and 8, right? So those place values will give you this value, right? So that is how we are going to determine what are these. Either you can memorize these things or you can like have it in your mind with the logic, right? So that means now 5 can be represented as 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, and 6 can be represented as 0, 1, 1, 0, right? 5 let me erase it. Right, so 5 can be written as 0, 1, 0, 1, and 7 can be written as 0, 1, 1, 1. 8 can be represented as 1, 3 zeros, and 9, 1, 0, 0, 1. So what you are going to do is, in these answers, look what is not belongs to the BCD. So like 1, 0, 0, 1 gives you 9, 0, 1, 0 gives you 4. And sorry for that noise. Right, and so this represents 9, this represents 4, and this represents 9 again. So these are valid values. This represents 6, this represents 3, this represents 5. Again valid. This represents 5, this represents 9, this represents 3. Again it is valid. The incorrect one is this. So that's going to be your answer. I get one. Right, so the answer for the 9, it's going to be the third one. Are we clear about that, people?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. So after the 9, it's the 14th that you have asked me to do. If anyone needs any clarification regarding the passing question numbers, just let me know, right? So I'm hopping to the 14th. Philandia, okay, you are asking the 10th one. Yes, hold on. Let me jump to the 10th. Suhara. Okay, let me focus the 10th one first. All right, so 10th one says, if the letter A represented by 65 is ASCII coding system, what is the binary value that represents the letter C? Now, we all know when it comes to the ASCII, if a particular value, so now in here it says the letter A represents in 65. So in very easily, we can determine what are the values for the B and C. That means in our case, we need to find what's the value for C. So B is going to be 66, C is going to be 67, right? Because they comes in an order, right? For capital letters, it has a one particular order. For simple letters, it has another particular order. You really don't need to remember what's the value for A, what's the value for B. But in the question, it's coming as like you will be given a particular value for a particular character. Then you will be asked to determine what is the binary value or what is the value for another particular letter or maybe for some small word, right? So only the trick is this. Once you are given with the data, so according to that, you determine what are the decimal values of the other letters. So using those decimal values, we are going to convert them into a binary, right? So now we determine C is containing the value 67. Now we are going to see what's the binary representation of 67. So you can just divide it by 2, right? So it's going to give you 33, 1 is remaining. 16, 1 is remaining. 8, 0 is remaining. 4, 0 is remaining. 2, 0 is remaining. And we are going to divide 2 by 2 again because 2 is not less than 2. 1 and 0 is remaining. So now we got something less than 2. So we started from that point. Writing the remainders along. So you are going to have 1, 4 zeros and 1, 1 as the representation of C. So the correct answer is what? The fourth one, right? So the fourth one is going to be the answer. Dilendra, is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Right. So now I am focusing to the 14th. Right. Again, if someone need to clarify anything in between, just let me know. The 14th question is about what is the value of 1011, 1001, and 4 ones. People, before that, is it my writing? Is it too small on your screen? Or is it okay? Is it manageable?
It's okay, sir.
It's okay, right? Okay. If anyone cannot manage that font size, just let me know, right? Either if you want to make it, the lines need to be more bolder, just let me know, right? Okay, so the 14th one says, what is the value of these 3 figures? Add in these 3 figures. People, just let me 1 minute. My little one is not well. I have to check her temperature, right? So, bear me. Right. So thank you for your patience. Yeah. So the addition. Now, in mathematics, sometimes you may learn. Sometimes the teachers will teach you. The mathematics teacher will teach you how to add the binary values. But in here, you don't really need to know that method. What we can do is we can convert these binary values into a decimal, and we can add them up, and then we can reconvert them into a binary one. So that's the easiest way that we are going to do it. So let's convert these values quickly, right? So the values that we have is 1, 0, 1, 1, right? So the place values, I'm going to write them at the top of these things. So 1, 2, 4, and 8, right? So that means we are going to add 1 plus 2 plus 8 in here. That means this is 11. So the next value is 1, 0, 0, 1. So those are something very similar to the what BCD values, right? So it's 1, 2, 4, and 8. So 8 plus 1 is going to be 9. And the last one is 1, 1, 1, and 1. That means 1, 2, 4, 8. Everything need to be added up. So which gives you a 15. So now we are going to add these three values. 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. So this is going to be 35 in decimal. So now we are going to convert 35 into a binary. So it's going to give me 17 and 1 is remaining. 8 and 1 is remaining. 4 and 1 is remaining.
Sir, 0 remaining.
Yes. Anyone? Did anyone ask a question?
Sir, in there the 0 is remaining.
I'm not getting you.
Sir, 8 divided by 2, 4 and 0 is remaining.
Yeah, are you talking about this, right? This is the thing that you are talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Right, so and 2 and 0 is remaining. So 2, 1 and 0 is remaining. Right? So then we can write it from here to the top. So it's 1, 3 zeros, 1, 1. So that means the third one is going to be the answer. Okay, people, are we clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the 16th, a gigabyte is equals to. So when it comes to this byte and bit conversions, right? I think we learned that small chart, right? So if anyone does not have that chart, let me introduce that chart over here. So you will remember the things, right? So what we were talking about is bit is our smallest value, right? So then we create bytes, then kilobytes, then megabytes, then gigabytes, then terabytes. Right? We'll take the petabyte as well. So when you need to convert from a larger value to a smaller value, you are going to multiply this by 1024. That's the relationship. That means like it's 2 to the power 10. Right? So it is 2 to the power 10, the 1024 we can refer. So it's the same thing. When you are turning a terabyte into a gigabyte, multiply it by 2 to the power 10. Turning gigabyte into megabyte, multiply it by 2 to the power 10. So that is the factor. For this, 2 to the power 10. From kilobytes to byte, again, multiplied by 2 to the power 10. And from byte to bit, the story is a little bit different. We need to multiply it by 8. That means 2 to the power 3. Right? And for the other conversion, like going from smaller unit to a bigger unit, you have to go with minus values, 2 to the power minus 3. From byte to kilobyte, multiplied by 2 to the power minus 10. Here we have 10 plus 10. So here we are going to have minus 10. Right? So from kilobyte to megabyte, multiplied by 2 to the power minus 10. Megabyte to gigabyte, multiplied by 2 to the power minus 10. Gigabyte to terabyte, multiplied by 2 to the power minus 10. Terabyte to petabyte, multiplied by 2 to the power minus 10. So now the tasks are easy. So the piece of cake with this kind of thing, right? So like if someone asks you to convert, like let's say 4 kilobytes. 4 kilobytes into bits. So what can we do? We can convert kilobyte into byte and we can convert byte into bits. So to do this, what can we do here? So to do this, we can take this 4 kilobytes straight away as 4 or 2 to the power 2. And then from kilobyte to byte conversion, I need 2 to the power 10. I can refer it from the chart. And from byte to bit, I need 2 to the power 3. So this gives you the value in bit. So once we sum that up together, it's going to be 2 to the power 15 bit. Right? Bits actually. Right? So it's simple. Right? And if you are asked to convert the other way around, like let's say you are asked to convert 2 to the power 35 bytes into gigabytes from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. So what you are going to do? You're going to do the same. From byte, you have to come to the kilobyte. From kilobyte, you have to come to the megabyte. From megabyte, you have to go to the gigabyte. So you can take 2 to the power 35 as it is. From byte to kilobyte, you need 2 to the power minus 10. Now it's going the other way around. For this, you need another 2 to the power minus 10. And for this, you need another 2 to the power minus 10. This is in GB. So what do we have here? 2 to the power plus 35 into 2 to the power minus 32. I'm sorry, 2 to the power minus 30. All right. So that gives you 2 to the power 5 GB. That means 32 GB. 2 to the power 5 equals to 32. People, are we clear about this calculation?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So in case if anyone misses this chart, I'll keep this for you to have a screenshot, or else you can refer the video and find the chart and you can copy it down, right? Okay. So I am referring to the question. So the question is asking a gigabyte equals to, right? So what's happened when it comes to the gigabyte? So they are talking about 1 gigabyte. 1 gigabyte. So the units they have given you in kilobytes, in bytes, and in megabytes. So let's see. 1 gigabyte, if you think about it, megabyte, it's a direct conversion from gigabyte to megabyte. So you need a 2 to the power 10 to do the conversion. That means this one can be taken as 1 always. So it's 2 to the power 10 MBs, right? So this is not the correct answer. And then if you are going to convert a gigabyte into kilobyte, so then what you are going to do, gigabyte going to the megabytes and megabytes are going to the kilobytes. So this is 1. So you can take 1 as 1. For this conversion, you need a 2 to the power 10. For this conversion, you can take another 2 to the power 10. So in kilobytes, so you have 2 to the power 20 kilobytes. Right, so yeah, this is going to be the correct answer, right? The third one. So you can determine the, if I'm going to convert this into bytes, so I need another 2 to the power 10. That means byte conversion will be 2 to the power 30, right? 2 to the power 30 bytes it's going to be. So the correct answer is 2 to the power 20 kilobytes. Are we clear about this, people?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next one is 21st. So you can ask anything in between, people. So 21st, that's in the other page. So I'm going to the next page. Oh, that's my next page. Oh no, I think I got a new page. No. So yes, here it goes. So the 21st. Yeah. What is the answer that contains only the types of computers classified according to the technology? Yeah. Now, when the computers are classified according to the technology, what do we have? We have analog, we have digital, and we have hybrid, right? So it's a direct answer. The second is going to be. And if we are categorizing it according to the size, they are going to be supercomputers, then mainframes, then mini computers, then the microcomputers. So the second one is going to be the answer, right? Okay, Sanushi, I'll go through the 17, 18, 19, and 20 as well, right? So the 21, this is going to be the answer. Okay, so since we are requested with 17, 18, 19, and 20, so let me go through, hold on. Okay, so here comes the 17. So let me clear these things over here. So in 17, it is asking which answer gives the correct names of logic gates A, B, C, and D respectively. Yes. Now that's a quite direct one. Yes, people. Now in the 17th, it got a problem in your paper, right? So the correct one is going to be what? A is going to be an AND gate. B is going to be a NOR. C is going to be an O. D is going to be a NOT. Right? So you can take all marks for the 17th. Didn't I mention when the marking is done, the 17th, you can take all marks?
No, sir.
Okay. Go with that. It was my bad. All right. So 17 you can take all marks because it doesn't have a proper answer. Okay, so the next one is talking about the Boolean expression of the output is Z. Right? So when it comes to the Boolean expression, so we have to solve this and see what it's going to be. Simple as that. So let's see how it is going to be. So how? This AND gate, it's receiving Y from here. So this is Y. And since this D gate, the position D, the NOT gate is receiving the X, this is going to give you X bar. Since that is X bar, A is going to receive an X bar because it goes over here, as well as it will be produced over here as well. So this is going to be X bar as well. So while going through this NOT gate, this produces Y bar from here. So it will be connected over here. So Y bar will be visiting to the gate C, that means the O gate. Now the gate A means AND gate, so it's going to give me X bar dot Y, right? And or in other terms, I can say X dash dot Y. And the C is going to give me what? X bar plus Y bar, or else I can say X dash plus Y dash. Right, so those two are going to settle into a NO gate. So NO gate does what? It will sum up, it will sum up the things and will be inverted then. So that means X dash dot Y from one side plus X dash plus Y dash Y dash, then the entire expression is going to have a big bar, or you can just express it having a dash outside. Right? So this is going to be your final answer. So that answer is illustrated at number 1, right? The terms are being like toggled. X bar plus Y bar is at first, and plus X bar dash Y, X dash dot Y is there outside. You have a bigger dash, so that means 18th. For 18th, first one is going to be the answer. Right? Are we clear about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then the 19th is asking the relationship of the input and the output of the logic circuit correctly represented in. So for that, we have to clarify, or like we have to see what's going to be there from this particular expression, right? So let's let's build the truth table over here. Let me have some space. Okay, so in the entire expression, I got only 2 variables. So in my truth table, there will be only 2 inputs. That means 4 outputs are going to be there. I'm sorry, 4 combinations are going to be there. Right, so 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Right. So first of all, I'm like considering this first bracket over here. So it is X dash. It can be represented as 1, 1, 0, 0. Right. So then I can create X dash dot Y by considering what? The X dash column and the Y column, right? These 2 things. Right, so I'm multiplying those 2. So 0 into 1 is 0, 1 into 1 is 1, 0 into 0 is 0, 1 into 0 is 0. Then I'm going to create the other bracket, which means I have X bar and I need a Y bar, right? So Y bar can be created by looking at the Y column, which is this. So like 1, 0, 1, 0 is going to be the Y bar. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up this column with this, which gives me X dash plus Y dash. So that means 1 plus 1 gives me a 1, 1 plus 0 gives me a 1, 0 plus 1 gives me a 1, 0 plus 0 gives me a 0, right? And then I have the bigger terms, which is X dash dot Y and X bar plus Y bar in these two columns. So I can create the final expression in a straightaway form. What I have to do is like add those things up and invert it, right? So to create the final column, I take it as Z. So to create the Z, I'm going to add these two columns and complement it. So 0 plus 1 is 1, complement it, you get 0. 1 plus 1 is 1, complement it, you get a 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, complement it, you get a 0. 0 plus 0 is 0, complement it, you are going to get a 1. So the final answer is going to be the fourth one, right? So the fourth one is the correct answer. People, are we clear with that?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So 19 is done. The rest of the things are at the next page. Yeah. So 20th. 20th is a little bit tricky question. Right? So for that you need some knowledge about the science as well. Right? So they're asking, what is the logic gate that represents by electric circuit given below? So what you have to do is, they have said A and B are inputs, Z is the output. So in these kind of situation, what you can do is, if you cannot figure out the thing, you just try to figure out the truth table of this thing. So A and B are the inputs, Z is going to be the output, right? And now it's better if they mention what's the state of the A and what's the state of the B. So generally the open state, if a switch is on this position, this represents a 0. So if the switch is in the closed position, that means it is a 1. Right? So in this diagram, A is representing 0 as well as B is representing a 0. Right? So likewise, this has 4 combinations. Now we have to figure out what happens to the bulb, the output, whether it is light up or whether it will off due to the management of the switches, right? So if A is open, that means A is 0, B is 0. Now, according to the science, the electronic science, there will be a current go through this resistor, and if these two are open, that means this particular road is not completed, so we can't go there. So the electricity will be flow over here and comes and complete the circuit. That means until the current is not being flown through here, the bulb will always be lighting up. That means 0 and 0, when both the switches are open, current is not going, so bulb is lighting up. If A is open, B is closed, so it doesn't matter. then again එක්කෙනෙක් close වෙලා තිබ්බට ඒ line එක complete වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So that means current cannot flow. That means it's going to go in this same path. Right? So bulb will be lighten up. In this case, the opposite scenario of the previous scenario. So light will be lighten up. When you comes to this case, 1 and 1, that means both these switches are being closed now. That means current is having a shortcut to complete its ride. So it flows over here, comes to here. So very minimum current, like no current, will be flown through here. So the bulb is not lighting up. So it represents as 0. And what is this truth table? Or like which gate has this kind of a truth table? Yes, everyone?
NAND.
It's a NAND gate one, right? Yes. So the answer is going to be the third one. Are we clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Right, great. So then we discuss about the 21st and what's the next? Let me see. Yes, from 21st to 26th are there. Okay, so 22nd. Which device outputs the soft copies? Yeah, now soft copy means what? The copies which are intangible. What you can see on the monitor is a soft copy. What you can see through the projection of a projector, it's a soft copy. You can't touch that thing, right? So those are intangible. That is why they are called soft copies. In the other hand, hard copies means the copies that you can touch and feel, like the printouts, right? So multimedia projector, of course, it is the answer. This is the one which gives the soft copy. Plotter is a printer, it's giving us a hard copy. And headphone, it's not giving us soft copies or hard copies, it is just giving us a sound. Sound is a different kind of input, right? Output, I'm sorry. Sound is a different kind of output. So it is recognized as sound, right? And optical character recognition. This is OCR. OCR is a scanner which scans the characters, right? So that means if you scan, let's say this paper, print out paper, if you scan it from the OCR, so it will scan character by character on that particular paper. So we can edit it once we receive the OCR scan in our computer, right? So it's an input device. Definitely it's not going to be an output, so it's not going to output anything like soft copies, right? So OCR is kind of a device which used to input a soft copy, right? So the correct answer is going to be the first one. In 23rd, what is the correct answer which contains the correct descending order according to the capacity of the following secondary storage devices? So it has compact disk, floppy disk, USB flash drive, and Blu-ray disk. Now, if you think about the Blu-ray disk, it varies from 25 GB to 128 GB. If you think about, if you think about a USB flash drive, it may like go from like, minimum 1 GB nowadays to, it may go up to 1 TB as well, right? But the problem is, now no answer contains option C as its first one. So they're asking the descending order, right? So therefore we have to consider the biggest one as D, right? So if the biggest one is B, third one is out of context, and as well as the fourth one. And D, once the D is the prioritized one, then it's going to be the C, definitely. USB flash drive is going to be the second. And when it comes to the floppy and compact disk has 700 MBs approximately, and floppy disk it's 1.44 megabytes. He is the smallest. So the correct order, according to the answers, it's going to be D, C, A, and B, which means the second one is going to be the correct answer. Okay, 24th, select the correct statement. So they are talking about the communication modes, right? So we got 3 types of communication modes, right? So the simplex means what? Communicating only one side, right? So sender is here and the receiver is there, right? It's only a one direction communication, like the TV broadcasting that we are receiving, right? So we get to see the television, the channel, since the TV station is broadcasting, right? So we watch it, they broadcast it. That means they are sending, we are receiving. We can't do the other way around. We cannot send any data to the TV channel through our television, right? So it's a simplex, right? And fax machine, it's a half duplex one, right? So whenever you are receiving a fax from a fax machine, you won't be able to send another, right? So half duplex means what? It communicates both the sides, but for a certain time, it's only communicate to a one direction, right? Like walkie-talkies, like fax machine, right? So walkie-talkie and fax machine can be considered as half duplex things. And video conferencing. So we are having a video conference for the moment, right? And if I on my webcam, you can see myself, and if you're on your webcam, I can see you at the same time. So we are communicating both the sides simultaneously at the same time. So those are called full duplex, or we can simply say duplex, right? So the answer is going to be A and B are half duplex, where C is a full duplex. So D is the correct answer. All right. People, are we clear up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Right, great. So 25th. What is an occasion where the infrared radiation is used for data communication? Infrared communication, we can find those things mostly inside remote controllers, right? So the remote control of the television is going to be the correct answer. In computer networking, what are the modes that we can use? We can use twisted pair, right? Or we can use fiber optics, right? Those are the guided media. If you think about the unguided media, we can use Wi-Fi signals. That means these are like radio signals, right? For do the satellite communication, we use microwaves, right? So router, it's a device, right? So router is there to again send you what? Wi-Fi signals, right? So the correct answer is going to be the first one, which has the infrared radiation to do the communication, right? So for 25th is the first one. And if you got wrong with the 26th, it's because the picture is with the screen. Good, Susu. Okay, I will. I will find you, right? Sure. Ask Kailashi to open the gate. Right. So then, now this diagram looks alike a tree, but it only looks alike because it has a main bus, right? It has a main bus over here. Then it is connected with the nodes. So this is a bus topology, people, not the tree topology. Tree topology means what? It also has a bus, but on a branch, we may find another topology, like star topology. So when two or more topologies are connected together, then we can consider it as tree topology, like this. Like this. Right? So what you can see here is a bus. So the correct answer is going to be the bus topology. And people, don't get deceived by the pictures, right? So tell me what kind of topology is this? Yes, what's this topology? Yes, people?
Star topology.
Yeah, it is a star topology, right? Don't tell me it is like a robot topology or something, right? This is star. What is the basis of the star? It has a middle device, and every computer or device are connected through that middle device. So it is a star, right? And if you are having something like this, what is this?
Ring topology.
Yeah, it is a ring topology, right? How we are going to recognize a ring? One particular device is connected to only two devices. Then that is also connected to two devices. So ring goes that way, right? So when you have a connection like this, that's going to be a mesh, right? So focus on the logic, or like the concept, not the shape, right? So the answer for the 26 is going to be the bus. Okay, 27. Select the correct statement about the computer network. I remember I had some problem when I'm discussing this with the other class. Yeah, let me see. The resource can be shared. Yes, so that is correct. Whereas centralized software control is not possible. Not that it is not possible. It is possible. This fact is wrong. So due to that, the first one is wrong. Right? When we have a network, if this is a printer, and if these things are PCs, so all three PCs can have like the printout from this printer because it is being connected to the network. So like centralized, that now printer is going to be an hardware. So if you establish something called a server, this is a server. This computer can contain all the softwares where these people will be able to access that computer and use that software from here. So it is being centralized, right? So it is possible. And the second one, there is more room to spread computer viruses. Yes, that is true, and it is a disadvantage. Whereas need large space for storing data. Now, needing large space, it is a little bit contradictory. Like it's like this. Now, if a network, now let's say there is a software which is 1 GB of size. So what this network does is it stores the things over here on this computer and access it by these two. So it takes only 1 GB. If I'm going to store the data in 3 different computers, that means over here and as well as over here, that consumes me 3 GB. So there are 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB store around. So it's comparatively smaller space that we can have, right? So for the second one, this large space word is going to give you an incorrect idea. So it's not correct as well. Third one, it says data and information can be stored safely. Now, safety is something which can be argued into the advantage side as well as to the disadvantage side. Because when a network is there, we can use firewall kind of things, and we can give a very good protection to the network. So it is a positive side of the network, the safety. And if as the previous point says, if a virus been attacked, it will spread all over the network with no time. So that means it's a disadvantage. So protection can be argued in both the ways, as an advantage as well as a disadvantage. And here, like, it's a problem with this sentence. This part is talking about the positive side, as well as this part is talking about the negative side, right? So again, it's not good to illustrate both the aspects in a one single sentence, right? And the fourth one, it says computer errors are minimal, whereas no need of special training. Both the factors are wrong. Computer errors are not minimal because they have to take care of many devices. And no need of special training? No, we need a special training because handling a network is not something normal. You have to train for the things that you need to do. Right? So for 27, yeah, like was it the third answer that I told you? People, was it the third answer that I told you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So yeah, like I'm having the feeling that you can take all for that, but yeah, since the market scheme is same, so let's go with 3. But remember, it does not have a clear-cut answer for this question, right? Okay. So moving to the 28. Let me see whether someone has. No one has requested 28. 29th. Yes, 29th. Some word processing software is below. What is the example for free and open source software from them? Yes. Now, the word perfect, this is given by the Coral Corporation, so you have to pay and take license version. Microsoft Office Word, again, it is from Microsoft. You have to pay and take it. LibreOffice Writer is the one which is the correct one, open source. FrameMaker, I really don't remember who is the organization is, but it's a clear-cut answer to have over here, number 3, LibreOffice Writer. Right. So if you are missing anything, just let me know, right? So anyway, from the 30th, I will discuss all the things over here since we got enough time, I guess. What is a place where the number of pages, words, and the language used or zooming can be viewed in a document created using word processing software? So what are the things that we have? It's the status bar, right? It's a status bar which shows us what is the number of pages, what are the word count, and what's the language that we are using, as well as the zoom controller is also there. It's a status bar. Scroll bar is there to move it here and there. Right? Title bar will show you what's the name of your file. Quick access toolbar will give you the chance to do some frequently used tools at the same spot that you are doing the select. Right? And 31st, some steps of selecting item in word processing software are given below. Double clicking the mouse on a word, that word can be selected. Mouse should be clicked 3 times on paragraph to select a paragraph in IS. They are asking the truth now. So the first one, double clicking the mouse on a word, that word can be selected. Yes, of course, that's correct. Mouse should be clicked 3 times on the paragraph to select a paragraph in a document. Yeah, that is also possible, right? So you can select an entire paragraph just by doing a triple click. Whole document can be selected by pressing Ctrl A. Yes, that is correct too. So everything is correct. So the fourth one is going to be the answer. 32nd, which answer gives the label of correct order of column B with appropriate shortcut keys in the column A in table given below? Control N, that is to take a new document. So this goes with C. Control H, that is for the replacing window, for the replacement of the window. This goes with D. Control X, that is for cutting, goes with A. Control S, that is for saving, goes with B. So C, D, A, B is going to be the correct order. Right. What is the shortcut key for checking spelling and grammar? Now, this was something new for me as well. Right? It was F7. Right? And the 34th, what they're asking is, what is the symbol used for the tool drop cap from the symbol given below? So this is what you call drop cap. So that is correct. That's the answer. This is used for the word art. Right? And this, of course, shows you the styles. There are different kinds of styles that you can choose. Not that the what we call the typography tool, like which we can give some effects to the words. This is kind of a style. There are heading styles, there are subheading styles like this. So those are the styles, right? And this is the change case tool, where we can change the capital letters into the symbols and symbols into the capitals, right? Making the sentence case and all these things. The correct answer is going to be the fourth one. 35th, consider the component of electronic spreadsheet software given in the following table. So they have formula bar, insert function, name box, and active cell. Yeah. So formula bar will display the content of a cell to build the formula, right? Either it's showing you the content or it will show you the formula, right? So the first one goes with D. Insert function actually should be insert, INSERT. So insert function will open a dialog box to create a formula, right? So it goes with C. Name box that shows what's the cell address of the active cell. So it goes with D. And active cell, it displays the cell in which data is entered. So it goes with A. So DCBA is going to be the correct order. First one. Yeah, the drop cap is, I'll show you how the drop cap is done, right? So it's kind of a, hold on, let me show you what is there with the drop cap. Right, so it's like this girl. I'm having a blah blah letters over here, right? So let me increase the size of those, right? So I can go to the insert, I can apply the drop cap over here. See, this is what is happening. So either you can use drop cap like this or as a marginal one. So the first letter of the selecting sentence will be shown in bigger. Are you clear with that, Dilendra?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right, great. Right. So moving back. Yes. So the 36th, oh, the next page, right? Yes. So the 36, what is the key combination that can be used to move the bottom right cell of the worksheet in electronic spreadsheet software? That is control end. Right? So control home will take you to the A1 cell. It doesn't matter in which cell that you have placed your cursor, like which cell that you've been activated. You will definitely go to the A1. Control down will take you to the bottommost cell of the specific column. Control up will take you to the upmost cell of a specific column. And control right will take you to the rightmost cell of that row. And control left will take you to the leftmost cell of that particular row. Control page up will move the page one by one in your spreadsheet. So the correct answer for the 36 is the first one. And 37th, what will be the value shown in cell after using the formula? Yes, so what do we have here? We have 2 to the power 3 divided by 4 minus 2 into 3 to the power 2. So first, this power is going to happen right to the power. So from that, this to the power is going to happen first because it is the one that we find from the left. Right? So 2 to the power 3 is going to become 8. I'm sorry, hold on. Before that, we are going to have the brackets will be solved. Right? So like 2 to the power 3 is going to be there as it is. 4 minus 2 will be solved like 2. Multiplying 3 to the power 2. Now the power part happens. 2 to the power 3, 8 divided by 2 into 3 to the power 2. Then 8 divided by 2 into 9 will happen. This power is now 8 divided by 2 will happen. That is 4 into 9, which gives me the answer of 36. Right? So the second answer is the answer for the 37th. Okay, people, are we clear up to this point? Okay. So 38. So it is asking if the function equals count A1 colon A9 has been entered to the cell A10, which is over here. The range is from A1 to A9. This is the range. What should be the figure in A10? So A10 counts the values. Values will be right aligned in a cell. Right? So what can we have as a value? We can have number, we can have a currency or a date or a fraction or a percentage, everything can be considered as the values. Right? So the text will be left aligned. Right? So this is going to be text. So count will just simply count the values. So those are going to be 5. Right? So the answer is going to be the 4th. 39. What is the tool that can be used to get the word total marks in cell D1 as 2 rows in a single cell, as shown in the part of spreadsheet? Yes. So they're asking about this. Right? They're asking about this thing. So this is what we call wrapping the text. So the first one is going to be the answer. Merging cell means like you can merge different kinds of cells together to indicate as a one particular one. Strength to fit, it is regarding a particular table option. Orientation means what? You can make this name like written like this. That is what you call orientation. You can turn the content in a different kind of orientation. You can have it diagonally, You can have it upside, you can have it downside, right? Likewise, right? So the vertex is the answer for the 39. And the last one, 40th, it is asking what is the robot which acquires the world first citizenship? So it's a Sophia, right? So it has the first citizenship and the credit card, world first credit card for the robot, right? And she know how to sing, right? She's she's one of the humanoid, like most advanced humanoid robot that you can find. So it goes with the Sophia.
Sophia,
Right? And what could be the significant robot type in Sri Lanka? And take a famous robot type in Sri Lanka, which is a Sri Lankan product. There is a robot called G10. Just Google it and see. Right? It has a this kind of a outlook, right? Which is really nicer than this, right? Right, DSM. Okay, people. So that's the 40 questions that we discussed today. So by next week, I'm going to discuss some essay questions with you, right? So I'll send you the paper early so you can try it at home, right? And meanwhile, I'm going to do the discussion, right? So I'll send you the question paper like tonight, right? So you can try it out, right? And we'll discuss about it by next week. So it will be a very good rehearsal before you face your examination, right? And as I remember, it's the 17th that you are going to receive your paper, right? This is the 17th, people. 14th, you are going to start these sessions. Okay, anyway. So as I remember, it's not somewhere before 15. 15th is our next day. So before that, we will do this discussion regarding the second paper as well. Right, so thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to end the session from here just for today. And if you still get some questions to be discussed from this paper, you can send me the question numbers. So I will catch those up in next session as well. Right? Okay then. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day. I'm going to end it up from here. Right? Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.